It's been 4 years since the gripping images of thousands of monks clad in saffron robes, with bowls turned upside down and marching through the streets of Yangon reached the world. And it's been 4 years since the Saffron Revolution, when these monks were joined by civilians from all walks of life in defiance of the then ruling government. Several organizations that have been working towards securing these rights for the people of Myanmar held a peace vigil in northern Thailand to mark the protests that ended with a violent military crackdown.
The international community needs to require that the regime do more than ineffectual public relations maneuvers.
The Saffron Revolution was not sparked by a quest for political reform. It was a result of the economic desperation of the people, faced with an extraordinary overnight inflation in fuel, food and basic commodities. In addition to these amenities, people also marched for what they called freedom. Freedom to peaceably assemble, freedom to question authority, and finally freedom to elect their leaders.
We are still waiting to see the changes for which we started demonstrating years ago.
Monks who were actively involved in organizing the Saffron Revolution led the march in Chiang Mai. And those who followed suit carried photos of pro-democracy activists, journalists, human rights advocates and monks currently behind bars. The 14 organizations holding the vigil tonight believe that reform is futile in the absence of comprehensive ceasefire negotiations with ethnic armed groups and immediate release of all political prisoners. Those heading human rights advocacy groups in exile recognize that there have been changes in power structures since elections, such as the formation of a Human Rights Commission in the last 2 weeks.
So this is a kind of positive improvement and changes, but we have to wait and see. Really want to see the Human Rights Commission with teeth, strong teeth, so they can receive the human rights violation reports from the people who are the victims of human rights violation first.
The new leadership in Naypyidaw has highlighted economic reform and investment in education and healthcare as pivotal to their agenda. Meanwhile, even the most optimistic reports in the new government point to the end of conflict in ethnic minority regions as a prerequisite to stability for Myanmar. Preethi, Nallu, Press TV, Chiang Mai.